Hi everyone, welcome back. I have the new ABH Velvet lipsticks, and as you saw from the thumbnail, I do have a lot of feelings about this release. I have all 6 shades to show you guys. Now, there are some good feelings and there are some not so good feelings. I do really love the packaging. They are very beautiful to look at when you hold them in your hand. They look high-end, luxurious. I love that you can just put them on your vanity and they're not gonna flop over. And they look really beautiful standing tall on your vanity. The applicator is also really nicely designed. The product is really easy to apply on your lips with this applicator, all over your lips and also along the edges of your lips. And on the top of the cap, you have this beautiful ABH logo. Really nice, sleek, luxurious packaging and very nicely designed as well. When I saw the promos for this, I was super excited to try these out because I love liquid lipsticks and I have a whole bunch of them. So at the end of the video, I will give you alternatives of some other liquid lipsticks that I really like. I have been testing them out for a couple of days and I tried so many different ways to make the formula work for me, but unfortunately it was just not working. The formula is a little too dry. Now, it is a moussey texture, so it does not dry out on your lips in the traditional liquid lipstick sense where it dries out completely and then it becomes completely transfer proof and then you actually have to scrub it off. So it's not like that. It's still a moussey, creamy formula, but for some reason, it's just very drying on your lips where it emphasizes the lines on your lips. Kind of think of it like a matte lipstick that just makes your lips look worse. So there's nothing smoothing about the formula. It does not help you cover up your lip lines. It actually emphasizes them. The shades are really beautiful, but I do wish there was just a little bit more variety in the shades too. I was actually considering returning them, but then I was like, you know what? Let me see if they would work well as a blush. And I have applied it on my face. This is the shade Crush. Surprisingly, it was very easy to blend on the cheeks. Like, I had no issues blending it. I was able to blend it with my fingers and I was also able to blend it with a brush. Now, the only thing I don't know is the longevity of these as a blush because I literally applied it today. And I also applied it on my eyes and it went very easily and smoothly on my eyes as well. And it did not emphasize the lines on my eyes. Whereas powder eyeshadow actually tends to emphasize the lines on my eyes, and I have a lot of lines. So I changed my mind about returning them. I am always hesitant to return makeup. I don't think I've actually ever returned makeup before, but I was really considering returning these. But I'm really liking them as a blush, so I am going to keep them. And here I'm applying the shade Crush, and you can see how seamlessly it blends as a blush. And here I'm applying the shade Peachy Nude, and it looks absolutely beautiful. So there are some positive points of the formula, but there's also some negatives, so I do want to warn you guys. But let's get started. Let me apply these on my lips so you can see for yourself. Starting off with the first shade, it's called Parchment. It is pretty easy to apply with the applicator. But once applied, when I purse my lips, I can feel how dry it is on the lips. So Parchment was the shade that I used on my eyes as well, but I blended it out so it doesn't look as deep on the eyes. Next, I'm going to apply the shade Crush. This is the shade that I have on my cheeks. I really like this shade. It has a certain softness to it and it looks beautiful with the color on the cheeks, which is the same color. But you can definitely see that the lines on my lips are getting emphasized and this formula is really dry. Let's try the shade Peach Amber. This actually looks a lot like Parchment, which is the first shade that I used, but this definitely is softer in that it has that peach, and it is called Peach Amber. Let me show you them side by side on my hand here. So this is Peach Amber, and then I'm going to put Parchment right next to it. You can see they are very close to each other, but Peach Amber definitely has that softness from the peach color. Next is the shade Kiss. This shade would be perfect for springtime. Like, you can wear this with a nice cotton white dress. It is a really beautiful soft color, but as you guys can see, it's really emphasizing the lines on my lips. Now, I did try putting a lip gloss over these to make them a little bit more emollient, but then they transfer a lot. So not a huge fan of the formula. Next, we're going to try Peachy Nude. This Peachy Nude one feels even more dry than the other ones. And I can see my lips starting to dry out, my lines starting to get more emphasized as I'm applying the lipstick. But the shade is really beautiful. This shade is like a peachy version of the shade that I applied before this one. So this one is called Peachy Nude, and it's very similar to the one before, which was called Kiss. But Kiss is a little bit more pink. This one is definitely not looking good on my lips. All right, last one. This one is called Pure Hollywood. This is an interesting shade. I'm not quite sure how to describe this one. It is light, kind of like the Kiss and the Peachy Nude one, but it seems like it has a little bit of mauve, and it's a bit more neutral. So it is similar to Peachy Nude, but I would say it's subtle. It's not as vibrant. There is a little bit of neutrality to it. So it is for someone that doesn't really want to bring too much attention to the lips, but you are looking to have something softer and lighter on the lips, but something that kind of just blends in with your skin if your skin color is closer to this. So it's a nude, mauvey, slightly peachy, neutral shade. I'm not liking how dry it looks on the lips, so I am going to jazz up this lipstick. I'm going to apply this lip liner from ColourPop. It's in the shade Field Day. Because this formula is so creamy, it's actually getting on my lip liner as I'm applying it on my lips. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this Merit lip gloss over my lips. Looking at the swatches side by side, you can see like there's not a whole lot of variety between these shades. Yes, they are different, but like there's not a huge difference between this Peachy Amber one and Parchment. There is a decent amount of variety. Like you have this lighter Kiss pinky shade, then you have the peachy shade, and then you have a slight mauviness to it, but it would have been a lot more fun if the last one was even more mauve, if there was more like purple in it, and if we could have gotten a cool tone brown shade in here. Like, I love this shade from MAC. This is also a lip cream, but it's not as dry as these lipsticks. Here is more the merrier. And I love like the mauvey purple color, and I just don't see something as interesting as this shade in here. Here is a Fenty one. This is the shade Riri. It's also kind of like a mauvey pink shade. Glossier really has nice lip creams. These are super emollient, so they will transfer a lot. So I do like using these just to kind of dab onto the lips. I mean, the colors I got were pretty vibrant. Like, this is a really vibrant pink color. Here. I don't think you necessarily need to launch vibrant colors for your first launch, but it would have been nice to see some interesting shades. The Rare Beauty lip creams are really good too. I really like this formula, and this formula is actually really nice and lightweight compared to all of the other lip creams that I have tried. This ABH one is pretty thick, so is the Glossier one. The Glossier is a little bit more emollient, and Fenty and the MAC one also. These are all very creamy, thick formulas, but this one is a little bit lighter. And you can see that from the swatch too. Like, it's a little bit more sheer, but it still has a good amount of pigment, but it's just lightweight. My final thoughts on these lipsticks is I love the packaging. I really like that ABH launched something different with regards to packaging. Lipsticks can get annoying because they are skinny and tall and they tend to fall over, so I really appreciate this packaging, and it's comfortable to hold. The applicator is also really nice to apply on your lips. I had no hard time at all applying on my lips and using the pointer part of the applicator to go along the edges. So a great design for the packaging, but unfortunately the formula is not the best formula. It is just way too dry. I really wish they could have added something in the formula, like some sort of moisturizing ingredients, but then you would also need to add something that would create a little bit more tackiness to it so that it doesn't transfer off too much. Not the worst launch ever. I could work with them, and I really hope that the blush works out because they apply really nicely evenly on the cheeks as a blush. As long as they are long wearing, I would be very, very happy because then I can at least use them as blushes. And I also used it as an eyeshadow, which worked out okay. Not the biggest disappointment, but also not the most exciting release when it comes to the formula. I think if you are a lipstick collector, you like having new lipsticks in your collection, then having like 1 or 2 shades is okay. But it's definitely not a mind-blowing formula where you would run out and get all of the shades or slowly keep adding more shades until you have all of them. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If these do look interesting to you, I will have the links down below for your shopping ease, and they are affiliate links, so I will make a small commission. Near the end of the video, you will see the Lancome video pop up. I love those shades. I think they're beautiful, so perfect for winter and especially spring, so check that one out. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. Bye!